It's time now for 3 questions for Grandma.
One day I'll ask them the question. It's a good idea.
That's actually a great idea, Karm. We're back with 3 questions for Grandma. I don't know if you heard it. Karm said one day she's going to ask them the questions. That's actually a good way to flip the script, as they say. I thought this was an interesting one. This comes from my beloved Vida Aaliyah, who's now in her 4th week of jiu-jitsu and showing me moves. It's making me proud. She asks, who makes up your last name? She's like, I know we're Waldmans, and you're a Waldman, and your dad was a Waldman, and your grandfather was a Waldman, but how did we get the name Waldman to begin with?
Vida, I wish I could say something.
And if my last name was Vanderbilt, I wouldn't be asking this question because I wouldn't have this podcast because I'd be sitting on my boat, my yacht, like Anderson Cooper.
Anyway, our names were given to us in various ways, but one of them, for example, I'll give you an example. My mother's...
Karm, I think you did take something ahead of this, and you're moving very slow today.
I'm moving as fast as I can, but you are a little nervous. Let me say something. The names are unbelievably arbitrary, and and I'll tell you details when I see you. Arbitrary means that they were decided by people maybe 100 years ago, maybe 200 years ago in Europe, and it
really can change a name can really change your life, and I'll give you an example.
Skunk, if your last name is Skunk.
I was so impressed. I went to the University of Miami, orthopedic whatever. It's run by the University of Miami, and my orthopedist, who is referred to me by the great Max Bykoff, my neighbor, said, you got to go to this guy. What is his name? Dr. Thomas Best. And when I was there, I said, has this helped your career? And he said, oddly enough, I think it has, because it's free advertising. If my name was Joel Best, there would be no Lester Holt because I'd be anchoring the nightly news on NBC. Waldman doesn't cut it. Best would. I screwed myself with my name. On to the next question. This one comes from my beloved Z-Bugs. It's a 2-parter, which takes us to 3 questions. Who is the first one that found out that God is real? And how long does God live? Part 2.
I'll answer the second part first.
Please do.
God lives forever. Forever is a very difficult concept. Difficult thought.
Sort of like death, which is also a difficult concept. That it's all going to come to a screeching halt one day. But how do we know that God is real, Karm?
I don't.
You don't? I once heard that it is actually part of Judaism. I think this is part in the Talmud that it says, to be a true Jew, you need to question the existence of God. Is there a God?
No, you can still be within the boundaries of Judaism if you are an agnostic, questioning the existence of God. But if you become an atheist, you kind of put yourself outside.
Karm, and that is the show. Let me just wrap by saying this. I have had a headache all week. Both my wife and I don't know if other people are feeling this way, are just stressed out. This pandemic has been long. Life has been long. I'm constantly worried about money. Is any of this ever going to end?
Yes. That's the beauty.
I didn't mean that way. Anyway, guys, any parting words, Karm, as we close out, and say goodbye?
The other day,
I swear to God, I just started a college fund for JMAC. I seriously don't know if I'm going to send my kids to college, and I'm not kidding when I say that.
Who was it? We know somebody who gave his college, the cost of college, the amount of money to their kid to start a business, and they're a billionaire. Who is that?
His name's Mark Zuckerberg. His name is Jeff Bezos.
No.
His name is Elon Musk. None of these guys went to Mark Cuban. Well, Cuban graduated from Indiana.
Now, can I just say, let the people go. Let my people go.
Let my people go.
Okay, enjoy the week.
That's actually a good sig out. Let my people go. Love you, America. We'll be back next week.